My name is Javier with Papo-Q. Let's see if this old country can keep up with our 1,000-gallon pit. Now, I know not everybody has a 1,000-gallon at home, so I wanted to show everybody that you can make juicy chicken on an old country just like this. Here we go, talking about a little bit about fire management. It's not gonna be too long. We'll make a separate video on this. Knowing your smoker is really important to knowing what kind of wood and what size that it likes. Come around, let me kind of show you what we got going and started. We kind of don't block the front end because this is where the air is wanting to come in. We're gonna build the charcoal stack around it and kind of just let this be, it's gonna go. So as the charcoal start lighting, that's when we're gonna introduce the oak, but we're gonna use a wood splitter. I wanna show you guys how we get the perfect size for what we need for our small old country smoker. So here's our normal splits. These are what we'll essentially throw into the full 1,000-gallon pit. Something like this. Let's split it right in half. Let's just see how easy it is. 2, 3, and there we go. So these are gonna be what we'll throw in a little bit later. Something like this size is from trial and error. It likes a 3/4 split, something like here. In order to get that, you'd have to use a Sawzall to get it the perfect length. But we can make this work by using a little bit of cheater, AKA charcoal. And I'll kind of show you guys how to keep up with this split so that way it's not getting too hot. And you're knowing exactly what this pit's gonna do with the right size wood. There's a little hack right there, guys. So I'm gonna do this half. I'm gonna get this half on so that way I have room to work. So they're doing pretty good. Once again, these two are still looking the way we were talking about. Come in closer quick. See how they're turning a little bit smoky, a little bit of cooked, just a little bit, tad bit more than this side. And you see how this is a large piece and this one's a pretty large piece. So what we're gonna do is swap these two for these two. We don't wanna move them as much as possible. This is about low and slow, getting smoke flavor. This one's gonna have a lot of protection for that backside, just like that. That way the meat's getting as much of the smoke flavor and it can withstand the heat a lot better than these two smaller pieces can. So we'll bring these over. Let's see how we can fit this. There we go. Once again, this one's a little bit smaller. I want to move it closer. Come in, let's see right here. We have these two. So these two look a little bit smaller, turn a little bit darker quicker than versus these. So we'll get these two out the way. And here we go, move these in. Just like that. We'll put these in the cooler spot. We're still rolling slow. Got about 200 on the temp. Let's see how the fire's doing. In order to crank this heat the way that we want to, right now it's not so much about the smoke. We're gonna use some charcoal. So we really want to overload the pit. Same way that, like the way we started. Quite a bit of heat. We're gonna come on over here. We're gonna go ahead and glaze this. First, we're gonna start with the Worcestershire sauce, apple cider vinegar, white distilled vinegar, water, ketchup. Or we're gonna go ahead and add our honey, red chili flake. You got some pepper, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic. We want to shoot for about the 155 range, 157 range, right before the chicken's getting done. I'm gonna add this. You don't want to add this glaze a little too early. What happens is glaze, anything with sugar will burn. And this glaze does have sugar. So that's why we kind of waited right to about this point. Here we go. Nice and tacky, right the way we want. See how we're at 350? That's the temp range we're shooting for. So that way we get the last little final crisp going on. That's why we flip them upside down. Here we go. Oh yeah. Open this so that way the flame comes out. Here we go. We're shooting for that 165 temp. And boom, done, a little over. So we do want these to rest just a tad. Let's see what we're working with. That's some dang good chicken. Alrighty, so the challenge was, could the old country make juicy chicken just like 1,000-gallon does? Here's the test. Just trying to break it at the joint. Does it make good chicken? Oh yeah.